there, my lovely darklings and metal mystics, and welcome to our first Pilates sequence together. So let's get started by getting comfortable on our mat. We're actually going to just warm up a little bit. So get into a cross-legged position. We're going to be doing a few neck rolls, one of my favorite things to do when I warm up for an exercise. Any type of exercise, whether that be yoga, Pilates, going to the gym, and maybe even going in the opposite direction. Warming up the cervical spine, giving our neck some love before we begin. Let's just do that one more rotation, chin to chest, left ear to left shoulder, rolling towards the back, and right ear to right shoulder, chin to chest, coming back up to center. So let us just do some arm raises, pairing breath to movement as we inhale to raise all the way up. Exhale gently with control, lowering down to our sides. Let's just do that 2 more times before a twist. Inhale, reaching up to the sides of our waist, even looking up for good measure. Exhale to lower, coming from a place of peace and calm. One more time before our twist. Inhale, reaching up, looking up, sitting tall. And exhale to lower. Wonderful. Let's just do that one more time. Inhale. And on our exhale, we're going to twist over to the right. Maybe grabbing onto our opposite knee, gazing past our shoulder, wherever we can go right now. Inhale. Exhale to release. And on our next inhale, we're going to reach back up to the sky. And exhale, twist over to the left this time. Inhaling to sit up tall. Exhaling to sink deeper into the twist. Chin parallel to the earth, crown reaching for the sky. One more deep breath here. Inhale. And exhale. And on our next inhale, we're going to reach back up one more time. And exhale, lowering our arms even more slowly than before. Maybe even scooping butter, rolling our wrist all the way back down. Wonderful. So let's just warm up our spine a little bit. We really can warm up our legs, but actually let's go onto our legs. I want to go onto our cat-cow, one of my favorites for yoga and Pilates. But let's just warm up our legs a little bit. Extending our legs directly out in front of us, feet flexed, toes pointed up to the sky, spine long, navel to spine, shoulders softly rolled up, back and down, crown up to the sky. I will say things like this a billion times. Pilates is all about posture, precision, and presence. So we're going to sit in this position. We're going to bring our arms in a 90-degree angle, soft clenches to the fists. We're going to be doing what I like to call usually for chair Pilates, our choo-choo train stretch. But we're going to be creating spinal waves as we also make circles with our shoulders, stretching out our hamstrings in the process. So we're going to inhale to prepare. Exhale, arching our spine, rounding over, creating circles with our shoulders as well. Inhale. Exhale, rounding our spine as we hinge over our straightened legs. Let's just do this 2 more times towards the front, warming up the entire body here through mindful movement. Last one, and we'll take it towards the opposite direction. Articulating our spine back up. Wonderful. Let's just do that towards the back this time. So we're going to inhale to prepare. Exhale, rounding and rolling our shoulders forward, up and down, feeling a beautiful squeeze in our shoulder blades. Still pairing breath to movement, being very aware and present with how we feel. 2 more times towards the back. Last one. Beautiful. And maybe even on our next inhale, we can reach our arms all the way back up. We're experts at this by now. And exhale, hinging over our straightened legs. Really having a deep hamstring stretch here. One more deep breath here. Inhale. And exhale. Wonderful. Coming out of that, rolling our spine up back to seated. Let's begin with our practice today. So we're going to be coming into our tabletop position. We're going to have a neutral spine, shoulders stacked over wrist, hips stacked over our knees, we're going to be bringing out our left arm and our right leg, alternating our raises here. So pulling our navel to spine, gaze at the top of our mat. We're going to inhale to lift, exhale, lower. Inhale, lift, exhale, lower. Really feeling a squeeze in our glute muscle here, but we're not arching in order to receive that. We are truly lifting and lowering, really using our core to help us lift our extremities. Let's just do that 1 or 2 more times before we add on our variation. 2, and last 1. So now we're going to inhale, lift, exhale, bringing our knee to our elbow, rounding our spine, and inhale, back to start. Exhale to crunch. Inhale, back to lifting. And let's just do this 3 more times before we add in some pulses. Actually, let's just do 2 more times. And last 1. So for our next variation before our challenge, we're going to exhale, crunch, inhale, back to reaching out, exhale, lower, inhale, back to center, exhale, crunch, inhale, reach, exhale, lower, inhale, lift. Awesome. Let's just do this 3 more times. Still bringing our attention to our core, still pulling our navel to our spine, and really being mindful of all muscles moving right now. Awesome. Now that we've completed that, let's just take some pulses here. We're going to be pulsing our back leg and our arm for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And can we hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lowering it all down. I know we are already on fire here, especially our standing arm or our stationary arm. But let's just move right over into our rainbow kicks. So what we're going to be doing is reaching our right leg back out in extension, toes pointed like what we did before. We're going to be creating rainbow kicks with this leg. So we're going to inhale to start, coming over into the right side, and exhale, lifting and lowering to the left, maybe even gazing at our toes for a little bit more of a challenge. Inhale over to the right, exhale over to the left. Awesome. Still keeping your spine neutral, not arching our spine once again as we squeeze our glute at the top. Let's just do this 2 more times before we add in our arms. Wonderful. And last 1. So what we're going to be doing now is, once again, adding in our arms. So we're going to bring our right leg over to the right side and reach our left arm out. We're going to be semi-circling with our arms as much as we are with our legs. So we're going to inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Awesome. Let's just do this 3 more times, since once again, I know our stationary arm is on fire. And then we have our pulses. Last 1. We're going to pulse with our leg out to the diagonal, to the right, for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rainbow our leg back over to the left and do our inner thigh leg pulses for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Yes, we deserve a little bit of the child's pose right now. So let's just come into that for a moment before we move on. Inhaling deeply and exhaling fully. Maybe even taking a quick sip of water. It is hot here in the Baltimore area, so we gotta stay hydrated. Awesome. So before we move on to the other side, we're going to come into our downward facing dog. So tucking our toes under, pressing our body up and away from us, shining our hip bones up to the sky, pedaling our heels down to the mat, finding our stability here, and straightening out when we can. Let's just take 1 deep breath here. Inhale. and exhale. Wonderful. So we're really focusing on the right side right now, our right glute. So we're going to lift up our left leg in extension for our three-legged dog, stepping our foot in between our hands so we can come into a high lunge. So inhale to raise our arms back up. We're going to be coming into a lunge flow. So squaring your hips if you need to, finding your stability, tucking your tailbone under ever so slightly, navel to spine, spine long, you already know the drill. We're going to be coming into some lunges. So we're going to inhale to prepare, exhale, lowering our back leg into our lunge. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. Awesome. Let's just do that 2 more times. And last one before we move into a variation. So now we're going to be coming into our lunge and then stepping out into a leg lift. Exhale, lunge. Inhale, balancing on one leg as we extend the right. No worries if we can't bend too deeply for our lunge or lift our back leg up quite a few inches off the floor. Our best is good enough, so do what you can today. You can always progress another week. Wonderful. Let's just do this 2 more times. And last one before our pulses, we're going to start with lunges first for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And now for our back leg, we're going to inhale. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. Maybe coming into a wide-legged forward fold for just a moment. Taking a deep breath, maybe swing from side to side, some side lunges. Beautiful. Because we're going to roll back up, coming into a goddess pose and goddess to star pose flow. So we're going to come into our star, reaching our arms all the way up to the sky, arms and fingers and hands energized, maybe even spreading our fingers apart. We're going to have our legs a little bit wider than hip distance apart, toes pointed out in a diagonal, proper Pilates posture. Inhaling to reach up, exhaling to lower. Inhale, reaching up to the sky. Exhale, lowering into our sumo squat. Awesome. Let's just do this 3 more times before we add in an oblique crunch. And last one. So now we're going to exhale to goddess. Inhale, crunch. Exhale, back to center. Inhale, star. Exhale, goddess. Inhale, crunching over to the left this time. Wonderful. So let's just do this 2 more times on each side. I know it's challenging, but our inner thighs, our obliques, and our core will thank us later. Last one on each side, and last one in general. And you know we're not stopping here because we have to have a challenge before you finish. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Oh, we cannot close out any challenge without a pulse. I love myself some pulses. Good for the glutes, good for anything really. Giving our muscles some love. Let's just take a quick breath here in our wide-legged forward fold. Inhale and exhale. Beautiful. Rolling ourselves up back to standing. Taking a quick yogi squat here. Squatting as low as we can, really sitting tall with our spine, tucking our pelvis under ever so slightly, really finding that strength in our glutes to help us lift, pressing our knees away from ourselves with our elbows and elbows squeezing into, or knees squeezing into elbows. One more deep breath here. Inhale and exhale, gently lower with care and compassion onto our buns. So now that we are back on the mat, we're going to be doing that on the other side, our floor work that we did before. So we did a lot on our right glute as we were on our mat. and as we were standing. So we're going to be focusing on the left side this time. So coming back into our neutral spine as we are in tabletop position, we're going to be reaching out our left leg in extension and our right leg or right arm out this time. Once again, energize arms and hands as much as we are using our legs. We're going to inhale, raise, exhale, lower. Inhale, raise, exhale, lower. So let's just do that a few more times before we add in our crunch in the center. Awesome. Really squeezing that glute, really pulling that navel into spine. Focusing on your core muscles. Last one here. Awesome. You already know the drill. We're going to inhale, lift. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, reach. Exhale, lower. Awesome. Let's just do this 3 more times. Wonderful. And last one. Inhale, lift. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, reach. Exhale, lower. And you already know we are not just done with that. We have our pulses as usual. We're going to be starting with our back leg and then hold in our plank. So let's go for it. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Holding for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lowering it all down, maybe even giving your glutes some love after all it's done for us so far. Great. So now we're going to be going into our rainbow lifts, not only with the legs, but with the arms as well. Just moving out my water bottle. I can feel I'm going to kick it over. Not cool. So we're going to be bringing out our leg and our arm. We're going to inhale to start over to the left side and exhale, rainbow over to the right. Inhale to the left, exhale to the right, maybe even gazing at your toes the entire time. Reaching out our arm as we begin to semicircle our arm along with our leg. Awesome. Let's just do this 3 more times because I know it's very challenging. And we have our pulses up next. Last one to the left and last one to the right. Fantastic. Coming back over to the left, bringing our left leg to a diagonal as we begin with our pulses for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And now our inner thigh lift over to the right. Let's begin now for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. Aren't we glad we are done with that? So now we're going to either come into a quick child's pose if that was a lot for you, maybe sip of air, sip of water. Either way, we're just going to meet in our downward facing dog so we can do our standing exercises on the other side. So once again, we already did things on our right before, and we used our left leg to stand. So we're going to come into our 3-legged dog with our right leg this time, pointing it up to the sky. Inhale, exhale, stepping our foot in between our hands so we can begin with our standing exercises. Inhale into our high lunge, feeling our stability here. So taking a moment to find your stability. Maybe you need to widen your stance, shorten your stance. Do what you need to do. Awesome. Coming right into our lunges. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, lunge. Inhale, raise. Exhale, lunge. Really feeling that squeeze in the glute as we bend our back standing leg. Reaching our arms up to the sky. Energize arms and hands, as I always like to say. Embodying that fire element. Making sure that all muscles are engaged. Let's just do 2 more times and add in our balancing leg lift. Last one. Awesome. Exhale. Inhale, balance and lift. having a slight or soft bend to our front standing leg so we can balance with care, truly extending our back leg as much as we can, pointing our toes, and keeping our spine long. Let's just do this 3 more times before our pulses. And if you wobble, just laugh it off and you get right back into the sequence. We just have 1 more left. Awesome. Getting back into our lunge and pulsing halfway for 10 repetitions. Let's go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Not done yet. We have to do our leg lift pulses and let's go. 10, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, or do this, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Always having our modifications for whatever does not work for us. Sweet. So once again, coming into our wide-legged position, we're either going to take a quick wide-legged forward fold, and whatever way feels best for us. Once again, sip of water. I know I need it. Or we can just remain upwards, rolling our spine back up to standing, taking our breath, giving our body whatever we need, so we can come more into our variation of Goddess to Star. So we're already familiar with reaching our arms upward in Star. Inhale, exhale to Goddess, inhale to Star, exhale to Goddess. Coming into our flow that we did before with our oblique twist. Let's just do that for 2 repetitions on each side, and then add on an extra twist. So we're doing a oblique bend here, or a lateral bend, but we're going to be adding on a spinal twist to that. So I'll demonstrate. Inhale to Star, exhale to Goddess, twist and twist. So you can even twist this way or coming into Anjali Mudra, anything you want. So bend and twist. Inhale, exhale, bend and twist. So making sure that we are bending low in those legs with control. Having all 4 corners of our feet evenly placed on the earth so we are feeling stable. And once again, doing this with precision. Not about performance, all about presence. Let's just do this 2 more times on each side. I know you're sweating. I'm doing this along with you. You are not alone. I'm sweating up a storm here. Once again, it is basically summertime, or feels like it, here in Baltimore. So we are sweating together. Last one. Awesome. Ooh. But as I said before, we are not done yet. We are not going to close out any series without a challenge. So let's go. We're going to not do our sumo squat pulses this time. We're going to be twisting at the center, basically Russian twist, 10 times on each side. So let's get right into it. Coming into our sumo squat, maybe bringing our hands together in prayer, or if you would like to have your elbows wide, heart shining forward, that's fine as well. I'm going to opt for prayer. Let's go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Can we do another 10? 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Whew. All right, our inner thighs are screaming at us right now, but it is all good. Having the option of coming over into a wide-legged forward fold again, but we're all going to meet in our yogi squat once again, lowering as much as we can, bringing our hands at prayer once again if you have already, sitting up tall. This time, let's play around with something. Let's lift up our heel, coming onto the balls of our feet as we play around in our yogi squat. Maybe even lifting up both heels if we can. Just playing here, why not? Awesome. One more deep inhale as we sink low into this squat. Inhale. Exhale, gently lower onto our mat. Sip of air, sip of water. We deserve that one, huh? Awesome. So now we are going to come into a little bit of a roll up with our teaser. So we're going to keep our knees bent, feet on the ground. We're going to roll back onto our back. We're going to have some roll ups as we go into our teaser. So we're going to start with our legs in tabletop at first to make it easier. And then we're going to opt or choose straight legs if that feels good for us. We're going to have our hands overhead. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, let it out. We're going to inhale as we reach all the way up, peeling our spine all the way off the floor. Exhale, lowering all the way back down. On the exhale. Inhale, reaching ourselves upward, pointing our toe, extending our leg, reaching our arms outward. Exhale, lower all the way back down. Can we do both legs now? Inhale. Coming into a tabletop position, shins up to the sky. Exhale, lower. Beautiful. Let's just do that one more time in tabletop. Inhale, rolling ourselves up back into our teaser. Exhale, lower. Can we lower our back of the knees to our mat this time and attempt to balance with straightened legs? Inhale as we roll ourselves back up, rolling or having our knees or our legs out in extension, almost like we're coming into a V shape. Exhale, lowering ourselves all the way back down. Inhale, rolling back up as we come into our teaser, balancing on our tailbone. Exhale, lower. Let's just do that 2 more times. Inhale. And exhale, really using our core here more now than ever. And last one. Can we hold for just 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and maybe come into a bicycle twist. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. Ooh. That was definitely a lot, but we did it. Giving ourselves a little bit of love here for all that we've done for ourselves today. Taking a moment here to stretch it all out. Maybe another sip of air, sip of water, before we come into this wonderful stretch, one of my favorites, as we cross our legs under. Our right leg is underneath our left, bringing our left leg over. We're going to inhale, reach our right arm up, and exhale, twisting over to the left. Maybe once again, like our first twist in the beginning of class, gazing past your shoulder, if you can. One more inhale, and exhale. Awesome. Inhale, gently releasing so we can do that on the other side. Crossing our legs over. Still feeling evenly grounded with our buns. We're going to lift our left arm up and hooking onto our right elbow. Inhale to grow tall. Exhale to sink deeper into the twist. One more breath here. Inhale. And exhale. On our next inhale, coming out of that. So we can straighten our legs one more time and just give our hamstrings some love. We're going to inhale, reach our arms all the way back up. Exhale, hinging over our straightened legs, feet flexed, grabbing on to the soles of our feet if we can. Let's just do this for one breath here. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, we're going to roll ourselves back up, coming back into our seated position like we were in the start of class for our warm-up. And we're going to be doing our arm raises one more time, a great way to slow down. Inhale, reaching all the way up. Exhale to lower, gently with control and grace. Let's just do that 2 more times together. Inhale, reaching all the way up. Exhale to lower. One last time. Inhale to reach. And exhale to lower all the way back down, this time truly rolling out our wrists, seeing how much our body can surprise us with how much control we can lower back down to the ground. Maybe even placing one hand over the heart and the other on the lower belly for just one moment. Still tuning into the breath, still noticing how we feel, offering ourselves gratitude for being here today, showing up for ourselves, offering ourselves the physical nourishment our body deserves. And I extend my gratitude to each and every one of you for allowing me to be your guide during today's practice. It is an honor and a pleasure, and I'm so looking forward to our next video together. With the fullness of my heart, thank you, thank you, thank you. Much love, and I'll see you soon, my lovely darklings and metal misses. Bye-bye.